Yeah, you get this money by grifting the system, and that's why Jason Miller's in it. I mean, he's clearly not in it for free speech, right? Because then he wouldn't ban people.
Right. Well, exactly. So I think that this is the biggest thing, right? Is that whenever these new platforms pop up, and it was funny because Tim Pool was tweeting about Trump's new social media platform that's going to be launched, and effectively they hired an AI company to to basically police, speech about violence and hate speech and all this sort of stuff. And basically Tim said, new boss, like meet the old boss, or whatever that quote is. And I thought to myself, we've actually just completely moved away from ever being able to go back to the wild, wild west of what the early internet was. Like, we're never, ever getting back to the MySpace days where you could, in fact, make your own very cool profile and do all your little HTML editing. We're never going back to that.
I think Gab is the closest. People are like, why are you pushing Gab so hard? Like, are they paying you to promote it? I'm like, no, they're not paying me anything. But it is the closest thing, I think, to the internet wild, wild west. And that's why, along with Gab, you get the things that people say make it so untoward, is because, yeah, you get hateful people on there. But first of all, go through my Twitter DMs, or just go through my Twitter replies. You want to talk about hateful. The things that people reply to me are so much more hateful than anything I've actually ever seen on Gab. It's just that the people who say that aren't used to seeing hate directed at them, so they're not.
Well, there's like one extra word, so it's like actually a worse vitriol statement on Twitter. It's just it includes the N word on Gab, meaning like it's funny because it's also too, I think on the Gab website, because people can say things. The only time I ever really see things that would be considered hate speech, which I don't believe is real, is specifically like people just trolling and just saying things because they can. And I actually think you have this backwards effect, because what I notice is like when people just say words that you cannot say on Twitter, on Gab, they just like write them like multiple times, like N-word. And it's like, just because they're like, well, I can't say it anywhere else, so I'm gonna just put it here. Where it's like if people were just allowed to say stuff, they probably just like wouldn't say it. But you like put them in a powder like a vacuum, but like you put it and concentrate them down like with gunpowder, and you make them feel like there's nowhere where they can speak freely, and so then you push them all into one place, and then they like just feel like they want to mess around. But Gab to me is just a lot of Christian people. I find it's a lot of Christian people and like really nice conservative right-wing people in general, or just people who are tired of having their opinions censored. But like with the entire GETTR thing, it's like, I don't know how anyone's still using that or promoting that unless they're getting something from it.
I wouldn't put it past anyone to be on the take from GETTR, because that's the only reason anyone could look at it. And I know people at GETTR. I won't disclose who they are, but I know people who work there. And it's hard because you have a job to do.
Right.
So that makes their life very difficult. But unless you're getting some sort of compensation, I can't imagine anyone in good conscience is going to come out and say this is a free speech platform.
If you enjoyed this video, hit like and subscribe to our channel so you'll be sure to see similar videos from BlazeTV, with the added bonus of signaling YouTube that your voice and opinion still matters. And if you're looking for more great conservative content, check out one of the 2 videos suggested here. And let's go.